I love being Haitian and absolutely love my culture. But just like any other culture that exists, there are some things that I realized were very unhealthy and I had to unlearn during my healing journey. Welcome to Healing for Brown Girls, where we have conversations about healing for women. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified every time I post a new video on Wednesdays. Because I know y'all love to tussle, let me preface this video by saying this is not a video bashing the Haitian culture. I love being Haitian. I love our morals, our values, the things that we stand for. I just love our people. I mean, everything about being Haitian, I love. But there are a few things in our culture that is very unhealthy and I had to unlearn during my healing journey. Growing up Haitian in America is a very unique experience. And I've also heard other people from different cultures say the same thing. It's like you have to find a balance between embracing your own culture, but also assimilating into the American culture. And Haitian people, we're not a monolith, so not every single Haitian person experienced the same thing. Our households don't look the same, our parents don't look the same, and depending on which generation your parents come from really does affect your experience. But there are some similarities that I feel like myself, my family members, and just other Haitian people, we experience. And a lot of these things I really had to unlearn during my healing journey in order to evolve and become a better person. The first thing that I had to unlearn being Haitian is that it's okay to allow myself grace if things don't happen within a certain order. Growing up Haitian, it's like your parents already have your life figured out for you and they have certain expectations that they are not shy to vocalize. Especially being a girl in the family, it's like they tell you what age you should graduate, start having kids, get married, all of that. I mean, the expectation is real. And on my journey, I learned that rarely does life happen the way that we plan. So growing up, I always had such big expectations for myself. And I was very critical of myself when things didn't happen the way I wanted to, or things didn't go a certain way. And I always was the type of person that was always strict on the order of how my life went. And I used to put so much pressure on myself, and that only made me more stressed out, and it didn't make things happen any sooner. And I still wasn't in control of things. So that is really a big thing that I really had to unlearn, and just learning to surrender and letting go, and understanding that life is not going to happen on my own terms. Number 2, normalizing choosing my own path regardless of who's uncomfortable with it or who doesn't like it. Growing up Haitian, it's a sin to go against your parents and the plans that they have set out for you. And again, I just remember growing up and being scared to own certain things that I wanted to do or the way I wanted to do them because I just didn't want to disappoint my parents. And the big thing about my healing journey is learning to protect my womanhood, because ultimately it's my life and I am the one who's in control and responsible for my own life. So I've had to learn to choose myself first and to put myself first, making decisions based on the things that I want for my life and not necessarily what anyone else wants or what anyone else thinks about me. And growing up in a strict household, you can feel stifled. You can almost learn to hide parts of yourself because you don't want to be criticized by your parents or other family members. And we're big for that in the Haitian community, just criticizing people for the decisions that they make if it looks different from what we as Haitians have been accustomed to. Number 3 of things that I've had to unlearn being Haitian is that it's okay to talk to people about things that are bothering you. It's okay to seek for help. A big thing that we have in the Haitian community is that we are not supposed to talk about our business to other people. We're supposed to keep things private. If something happens in your family, you're not supposed to talk about it. And to a certain extent, I absolutely agree. Because of that, in my current life, I'm an extremely private person. Rarely do I tell people my business who don't need to know it, which is a great quality for me, especially in a day and age of social media where a lot of us just overshare. But It can also become detrimental because we end up suffering in silence. We end up not getting the help that we need. Therapy is not a thing. A lot of Haitian people see it as telling other people your business, having other people in your business, or just, learning to vent to a friend. So I really had to learn that, especially when I started therapy. It was hard because I felt like I was telling a lot of my family secrets. And you learn that holding so much stuff in just stifles your growth. And a lot of people would say, oh, just pray it away. But sometimes there are things that you can't fix on your own, or that just can't be prayed away. You need other people's help, other people's assistance. And especially as a woman, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to want someone else to be there for us and to be supportive of us. And again, it's no point of suffering in silence when we could be getting help from other people. Number 4 is learning to not be so critical of myself. Having Haitian parents who have such high expectations for you, and it's understandable why they do, because a lot of times they may even risk their own lives coming to a different country to be able to give you another life. And a lot of times they're having to do jobs and things that they really wouldn't have to do in their own country back home, or that they're sacrificing in order to give their children a better life. So I totally understand their perspective with wanting better for their kids. However, a lot of the times the expectations can be so much, and you end up criticizing yourself when you don't accomplish certain goals. And I really used to have a very unhealthy relationship with success. It felt like no matter what level I reached, it wasn't good enough. I just always had to look for the next best thing. And it's not until going through my healing journey that, 1, I realized I had reached burnout, and 2, I just realized that I had to learn to stop and smell the roses. And I didn't want to look back one day and realize that I wasn't enjoying the journey or the process, because I was always trying to get to the next step or the next level. And while having my parents be critical of me has really helped me be a very ambitious person, again, it can be detrimental when you can't find peace within yourself and you're always having to criticize everything you do and the choices that you make. And along this journey, I also had to learn how to forgive myself for the decisions that I made in the past and the choices that I made, and just realize that I was still lovable. I was still good enough to be loved, to love myself, and just honoring my bad decisions, because ultimately they did help me reach my goals. Learning to love myself even when I failed at things, whether it would be a goal that I wanted to reach or a relationship that had failed. I really had to learn that I was still worthy of being loved. I was still worthy of loving myself, and that not reaching a certain goal or a certain milestone at a certain time was okay, and it's a part of life. And just, again, allowing myself grace to make mistakes, because I'm human. I'm not a robot. I'm not imperfect. So it's only natural that I'm going to make mistakes. Number 5, normalizing touch and affection for myself and others. This has been one of the biggest things that I've had to unlearn, and I'm actually still working through with my own experiences. And growing up Haitian, my parents had a tough love attitude with everything. So it's not until I got older that one of my parents became more affectionate, which was my father. But growing up Haitian, we didn't have, our culture doesn't embrace a lot of physical touch and affection. And sometimes as a kid, it can almost feel like you're not loved in a sense, because when you see other kids getting the I love yous and the hugs and the kisses, you grow up wondering, why is it that you never received that? And I really had to normalize being able to say I love you, and not just in romantic relationships, but also platonic relationships with friends, and just giving hugs and being affectionate. It's just not something that a lot of us do in the Haitian community. And just learning that as humans, we thrive on physical touch, touching each other, just being in each other's presence. Like, that's why you've heard of the term the healing touch. Like, we really do heal each other when we touch one another. If you're Haitian or from a different background or culture, comment below and let me know if there's anything that you've had to unlearn during your healing or self-love journey. And if you have any questions about any of the things I mentioned in this video, please feel free to email me at healingforbrown girls@gmail.com. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please share it with a friend. Until next time, bye.